Fritz. I am an artist with Maskcara Beauty. Today I'm just going to be doing a very basic how-to video. You're probably watching this if you just got your makeup in the mail and are looking at it like, where do I go now? So you would have received your makeup in tins like these in the mail. You probably also received a compact, which is free with, depending on how many singles you bought. So once you get your tins, you can just pop the lid off, and the back of them are magnetic. And so you will just pop your tins into your compact. Purpose of Maskcara Beauty is to streamline the makeup routine altogether, simplify it, make makeup look as natural as possible, and cut the time it takes to do your makeup down by a lot as well. So today I'll be working out of just my daily compact. These are my two highlight colors. This is my contour color, my bronzers. I like to put two next to each other just because I swirl it around with a big fluffy brush. And then my Illuminator. I don't typically wear too much for eyeshadow, so these are my blushes, these are my eyeshadows, and then this is just a setting powder. The way mascara works is almost everybody I color match, I will recommend two highlight colors for you. The first highlight color will go around the eyes, down the nose, on the forehead, and on the chin to add some extra brightening. And then the darker of the two colors will be for the rest of your face, and it'll be closer to your actual skin tone. The contour color will go along the forehead, cheeks, just to sculpt out the natural features of your face. The really nice thing about this is each one of these tins is $14, so as you change color throughout the year, get tanner, things like that, all you have to do is just pop the tin out of the compact and replace it with whichever color you need. In order to purchase any of the makeup, the link at the beginning of this video, the caitlinfritz.maskarabeauty.com, will get you to my website. You can purchase directly on there. All shipping is free always. And there is free returns or exchanges in 30 days. If you or anybody needs a custom color match, you can just go ahead and send me a picture and I can send you the colors that you need. Best pictures are about 2 feet in front of a window. Snap a selfie. I promise I will think you're adorable and I will not share your pictures with anybody. And I will shoot you a color match back. But we will go ahead and get started. Like I said, this is just going to be a very basic tutorial today. Working out of my everyday palette, and in the future I'll do some videos on eyeshadow looks and more glam makeup and whatnot. I like to start with my contour first. It doesn't really matter, you can do it either way. I prefer to do contour first just because I feel like it gets the truest color. And I like to video it with contour first just to show that all of this makeup is only put in one layer and it all blends together to create one three-dimensional look. It's called 3D foundation for that reason. Before I start, I have fairly oily skin, so I like to just apply my makeup on a freshly clean face. And then I apply the Stay Spray, which is also by Maskcara Beauty. I just like to apply that all over my face. While I'm letting that dry, I get my perfector sponge and get that damp, squeeze out all the water, and then just wring it in a towel to make sure it's dry. You don't want it wet because then it will pick up the makeup that you have on your face, but if it's too dry, it won't blend at all. So usually while my setting spray is drying, I'll just hang out, bring my beauty blender out, perfector sponge, and you're good to go. If you are more of a dry skin type, it may be best to apply moisturizer right before you do your makeup. I really love Maskara's Face Line. This is the moisturizer that goes with it. Sorry, the Milk Moisturizer. Like I said, I'm oily, so I don't apply the moisturizer in the mornings, but I love it for nighttime. Anyways, okay. So my first step is always contour. Contour is made to be darker than your normal face, and it carves out the features of your face, like the bony structures. So your cheekbones, you put it along your forehead, carve out your nose. My nose needs carving. But I use the detailed hack brush. All of our brushes are double-sided, and they are anywhere from like $24 to $36, so super affordable. You get 2 brushes in one, and also you'll see as we're going through this video, I do not set this down at all. And my brushes, I just flip over and keep using them. So for my contour, I like to use this detailed hack brush, the nice flat dense side. I just kind of paw in it like this, get some product just on the edge there like you can see. And then you just find that cheekbone, and you want to go right under the hollow of it. And so I like to start by just stamping it on, and then just kind of dabbing it around, kind of a pressing motion, stamping motion like this, all in the hollow of that cheek. If you get too low, that's okay. I'll show you how to fix that later with your highlight color. But I just stamp it in this area. And the contours and the highlighters both have coverage to them, so they make up your foundation as one layer. Go to the other side here. Typically, my makeup routine when I'm not talking and explaining the whole thing only takes me, my just basic daily routine only takes me like 5 to 7 minutes, eyes and mascara and everything included. So it's super, super quick. You get a flawless, beautiful finish all day. Okay, so I've done my cheeks. And now I'm going to move on to my forehead. If you have lighter hair, be careful. I just hold mine back, and you're just going to go right up here along that forehead line. Get up into your hairline a little bit. Depending on the shape of your face, you may contour your forehead a little differently. I tend to have a, oh boy, that's nice. I tend to have a pretty oval face shape, and so I just pretty much do it evenly across my forehead. The last part I do for now is under my jawline to get a defined jaw. Lord knows I need that. The best tip I have here is to just look straight forward when you're doing this. If you put your neck up like this, you kind of tend to get it up on here and you get that beard 5 o'clock shadow look. So I like to just keep my face looking forward and then just go all the way along your jawline here. And we will do our nose after the highlight color is on, just because that's a little bit harder to keep it where you want it to be. Okay, so there's our contour. Next, I'm going to move on to highlight. My favorite brush to use for highlighting is the Buffy brush. Our brushes are really made for cream-based products, which is why they're awesome with our product. They're nice and dense. This one has got a little slant to it. They're really great for pressing and applying the makeup onto your skin. So I use the larger end of the Buffy brush. You can also use the B squared brush, which is this one, for a lighter application, which I do sometimes, but most days I just use the Buffy. And so I just dip it into my color here. I'm using Amber. And this color I will do, right now I'm a little bit too dark to do Sunlit, my brightening color, up under my eyes, so I'll show you how I incorporate that later. But just kind of play around with the colors, and if you want to use your lighter of the two colors in this forehead area and under your eyes, you totally can. I'm just going to use one color through the whole thing right now. So like I said, this is Amber. All of our products or colors, all of our highlight colors are yellow based. So they will look fairly yellow right when you put them on your skin. The point is to get a glow from within color. Makes your skin look super youthful. And so that's why they're yellow based, just to pull that inner glow out in your skin. As it warms up to your skin tone and sits on your face a little longer, it will start to look not quite as yellow. So then I just go right here under my eyes. I like to put it up on my eyelids just because I have pretty veiny eyelids, so this gives my eyeshadow a nice base. Or if I'm not going to use any eyeshadow, then it just evens out my skin tone. As you can see, I'm just kind of pressing it through. You don't really want to swipe right here under the eye. You just want to press it down into your skin. If you're noticing that you're getting like a cracking or a texture, or just isn't looking like a second skin, there's probably one of two reasons. The first being that it's not the right color. More than likely it's too light for your skin tone. So just let me know if you're experiencing that and we can get you the correct color. The second reason that it might not look flawless is because you're using too much. That's one of the most common reasons or issues that people have using this makeup, is they're using way too much. You literally just have to tap your brush into the product. You barely need any. And as it warms up to your skin, it just moves around like butter. And as you can see, I'm not putting it where I put that contour color. The whole point is to only put the correct colors where you need them, and so that it can create just one solid layer. Go down onto the cheek or the upper lip here, blend right up to that contour color. And then this is the part that I was talking about. If we got our contour a little too low, then we could just do a little sweeperoo here and just clean that up. So again, you just want to along the chin. If you are using two different colors, this is the area that you would use the darker of the two, because you want this to match your neck. So again, I'm just gonna take my amber and a little sweeperoo. And just blend it all in. Griffin is standing at the door, staring at me like, what are you doing, you crazy woman? All right. So I'm gonna just add, I put a little bit too much highlight over here. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more contour so you can see how forgiving this product is with the sweeps I've done and just throwing it on. And that's the whole point here. You literally just slap this makeup on and blend it at the end with your perfector sponge. So here's the little trick that I've been doing right now, just because my under eyes aren't quite light enough to only use my lighter color, which is Sunlit. So I just take the smaller end of the Buffy brush, dab that in my Sunlit, and I just boop, boop, a little bit up on my forehead, a little bit down here on my chin, and I just blend that a little bit into the darker color. So you can see that just brightens up under my eyes so much. Then onto my nose contouring. Nose contour is difficult for me. I've shattered my face, I got a wide nose, we're gonna work with it. But what I do again is I go in my contour color with the side of my detail hack brush, and then I just go right along the side there and I just stamp it. Just stamp and then very, very lightly handed run up and down my nose. So again, stamp it and very lightly run up the sides of it. You can kind of cap it off in the bottom there. You don't really need to go up here. If your bridge of your nose is the right size to put sunglasses on, you don't need to go up here. That's just gonna close your eye in. If you have wider set eyes, you can do that, but most people don't need to. So then I'm just gonna take that Sunlit color again, and go right down the middle of my nose here. And then, there's that. So as you can see, this looks super terrifying, does not look great. You can totally tell I just threw it on. And that's the beauty of this makeup, is you literally just throw it on in the places that it goes and blend it in. So now that we have all these colors, I like to just blend my highlight and my contour and then go back and do my bronzer and blush. You can definitely put the blush on right here right now and then blend that in with the rest. But I like to do it a little differently. So I'm going to take my 3D Perfector sponge, a little damp like I said, and I'm just going to start pressing this on my face. Make sure to concentrate your pressings in the areas that might crease. So under your eyes, right here around your nose are common spots where people can experience some creasing. Otherwise, you just press this into your skin and make sure the product, this is what gives the product a nice airbrushed and flawless finish. I don't even think I told you guys what contour color I'm using. Sorry, I'm using Henna is the contour color that I'm using. And again, if it is not blending into your skin beautifully, like you can see, I can zoom in and you guys can see that there's just a flawless texture to my skin. If it is not doing that on your skin, you probably have the wrong color. Contact me and we will get the right color for you. Okay, this disaster of a head here, sorry. Okay, so we're much more blended. If I wanted to, I probably could be done here, but let's just keep going. So the next step that I do is my brows. I don't know why I do my brows right now. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I just feel like my face isn't finished and I can't continue on until I do my brows. So we're gonna do those. Sometimes I use, oh, where is it? The NYX micro pencil for my brows. I like to use the color ash brown when I do use this. Otherwise, I do use the eyeshadow that's also mascara for my eyebrows. That's what I'll do today. So I'm going to take the Hotline brush. And it's just a nice angled, small angled brush here. And I like to use either the color Coal or the color Oak for my eyebrows. Sometimes I mix them. It just kind of depends on how dramatic I want to be. Today I'm going to use the color Coal. So I'll just tap this brush in here, tap the excess off. Get up nice and close here with you guys. And I just do small little brush strokes to fill in my brow. Okay. I like a pretty heavy base of my eyebrow, so I'm gonna do a line here along the base. And then I just take this up and down and do a few hair strokes right in the front there. And then I just fan the rest out throughout my whole brow. Like I said, this is the color Coal. It's also from Maskcara Beauty. So that's that brow. Move on to this side. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've never done my brows in my phone before. So hopefully they're turning out. I do also have my brows microbladed. It's been like a couple years since I've had them done, so they're pretty faded, but I have had that done. Oops. So like I said, get these nice little hair strokes up front here. And just fan it out. Good? Good enough. Good enough for my first time doing that. If you want, you can just take the spoolie end and just kind of brush them out, make them more even. And then sometimes I will also put a brow gel on them. Let's see, where's my brow gel? Right here. Any clear brow gel works. This is the Kai Brow from Kylie Cosmetics. And I will just put that on them just to help that powder stay in place. I don't do this step when I use the micro pencil, but I do when I use the powder eyeshadow. Okay, so there we go. Have my brows done. The next step I do is I like to put some powder on my eyelids just to prevent them from creasing. So you can use any brush for this. I'm using the 30-second hack brush in the Vanilla Dust Setting Powder, which is also by Maskcara. And I like to just run that over my eyelid here just to keep the color that I put from creasing in the beginning. So there's that. And then for every day, like I said, I barely do anything on my eyelids for every day. So I'm going to use this brush, which is called the Blend and Tap brush. You can also use the Eyeshadow Everything brush. And I'm just going to dip into this color right here called Valencia. It's just a super neutral, nice base color. Tap off the excess, and then I just go right here in the crease and then just a little bit above it, just to give a little bit of depth and dimension to my eye. We'll see, maybe at the end of this I'll decide to get a little fancy and throw some glitter sparkles on, but I don't do that often. Then I also run it right underneath my eye here, like I said, just to create dimension. So you can totally tell that this eye just has so much more dimension around it, and it just pops a little bit more. So I'll go ahead and do that to the other eye. Go. If you have hooded eyes, it's totally okay. People think you can't wear eyeshadow if you have hooded eyes. That is not the case. Just open your eye when you do it and place the eyeshadow above your crease so that it can be seen. Again, running this under here, fabulous, great, okay. And then sometimes I'll take this darker color called Bubba. They're pretty much the same tone, just one's a little darker. And I'll just do that right here on the outside of my crease. And right on the outside of my bottom lash. Again, just for a little added dimension. There we go. If you want, I am not an eyeliner lover. I just like kind of that more like natural doe-eyed look. If you do like eyeliner, sometimes I will use that color Coal, wherever it went, for eyeliner and an angle brush, and I'll just do it right along the lash line. It just gives it like a nice, just defines your lash line a little bit more without having that harsh eyeshadow line. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my bronzer, and Bella bronzer is my life. It is both of these right here. I like having two right next to each other because I just use the big fluffy end of the B Squared brush and bronzer blush and bronzer brush. So that's what this is. I take the big fluffy end, just swirl it around my Bella, and then I just put it up here on my forehead. The point of bronzer, so a lot of people ask what's the difference between contour and bronzer. Contour is going to go underneath the bony features to accentuate them. Bronzer you want to do where the sun would naturally hit you. So you want it on the high points of your face. So your forehead, on the tops of your cheeks, on the jawline here, down the neck. You can just totally tell that this side of my face has so much more light and definition to it as compared to this side. So it's a beautiful sheer cream bronzer, and I probably overdo it, but it's so pretty and I just love it. So again, on this side, on the forehead, and you can tell like it can go on a little swatchy, but that's okay. We're fine. We just blend it out because cream makeup is so forgiving that we can just blend it out. like that. So pretty. Love Bella. Okay, now I'm gonna pop some blush on. These are my 3 favorite colors. This top one is Frenchy, Cindy, and Nude. Probably I ordered Cindy and Nude or recommended them to you because I love them. I think I'm gonna mix them today. I'm gonna do a couple pops into Cindy, 1 into Nude, and just smile right on the apples of those cheeks. I just used the smaller end. So this is what I use for bronzer. Flipped it over. I use the smaller end for my blush. And I just dab that around on the cheeks there. We have so many different blushes and they're all so incredibly beautiful. I'll show you guys my artist palette after this and you'll die. Okay, so there's my blush. I like to just throw a little bronzer on top of it because I don't really like a really bright blush. Okay, perfect. So now we're done with our face. I am going to throw some mascara on. Just get my lashes a little curl here. Perfect. I already have some mascara on them. Sorry, leftovers. No time for redos. Awesome. So, okay, got my mascara on. My face is pretty much done. The last step that I'm gonna do is my illuminator. So lately I've been loving this illuminator. This is the number 3 perfume, okay? How crazy. Solid perfume. It's amazing. My whole life is in this palette. It's incredible. Okay, so it is the rose gold illuminator with the perfume in it. So this is number 3. We also have powder illuminators. Let me find them. So these are some of the powder illuminators. Like, okay, are you dying? Are you dying? These are so pretty. So this color right here is Georgia. You can just see. Oh, okay, buttery smooth, perfection, beautiful. This is also one of my favorites. This is Starlit, a little more pink to it. Oops, sorry. You can just see, okay. Yeah, love. So I use these a lot. You can also use them like under your brow bone as a light eyeshadow color. This makeup is just so multifunctional. It's incredible. So anyways, like I said, I'm just gonna put my finger in my number 3 perfume and just give myself a little shine right here on the top of my cheeks. They're also, let me get them for you. Our other cream illuminators, they are right here. These are my cream illuminators. There's lots of different options here. The cream ones are a little bit more subtle than the powder ones. The powder ones kind of look a little more like ba-bang, but all pretty regardless. I like to put it on the tip of my nose, down the bridge of my nose, just to give me a little light there on my Cupid's bow. And then I do put it up here on my brow bone, just for a little shine. Can you see that? Okay, so pretty, just catches the light so amazingly. And I'm done. That's it. That's my whole face. Like I said, this typically takes me like 5 to 7 minutes in the morning. It's incredible. And then what I do for a little bit longer lasting is, well, I do this regardless. And so I take my spray stay again and I just spray my whole face. It'll be really wet feeling, but it dries and leaves like the most dewy, beautiful finish on your face. I tend to get, like I said, I'm really oily. I do tend to crease under my eyelids as the day goes on. So I will just take any loose powder. You can use our vanilla dust powder and then my perfector sponge and just dab that on the areas that I tend to get oily. So this technique is called baking. And so you just dab the powder right on those areas that you tend to get oily. And then I also like to do it right here on my cheek under my contour just because I feel like it gives my contour a little bit more definition. You just leave that sit for a second, have a 30-second dance party. Okay, sorry, I'm super annoying. So after that's sat for a little bit, you can take any brush, you can take that bronzer brush again, and just dust that excess powder away. You may have to go back in with your Illuminator a little bit after this, depending on how crazy you got with the powder. But that's super easy. Like I said, you just... Done. Okay, so that's it. That's my basic look. I hope this video has been helpful for you guys. I hope you absolutely love your makeup. Just know there is a learning curve to this makeup, but once you have it figured out, it is absolutely incredible. It does take your face a few days to adjust to the makeup, so if the first couple of days you're like, okay, this does not look right, give it some time, it will. Unless you're having those issues we talked about earlier, then you may just need another color. But I'll zoom in, like heck, no filters. This makeup is incredible all by itself. You don't need any filters. And it wears all day. It's amazing. Obviously, if you go like wipe it off, it's gonna come off. It's cream. My skin has been so much better since using this makeup too. One, because of the Tres Leches skincare line that I talked about with the moisturizing cream earlier. If you have any interest in that, let me know. It's incredible. Two, because it's a cream makeup, it doesn't seep into those pores. So it just lays on the top of your skin and helps not get those pores all clogged up with gunk and everything else like powder and liquid makeup do. Totally forgot. So our cheek colors are also lip colors, which is incredible. So these are all my lip and cheek colors. No, I don't have an obsession. But I'm gonna grab, oh gosh, I'm gonna grab this color down here called Lovespell with my finger, and then you can just pop it on your lips. For just like a beautiful light finish. I'm gonna take some of the Sunshine State color here. Pop that in the middle. And there you go. You're good. So again, if you have any questions, just let me know. If you want more product, just head on over to CaitlinFritz.mascarabeauty.com. If you have any friends or family that want to get color matched, have them send me a picture. If you're local, I can always do makeovers and get you color matched. Apparently I need to do something with my hair. But I hope this video has been helpful. Again, if you have any problems at all, let me know. And I hope to chat with you guys soon.